Hi everyone, this video is about using an empty box for an ottoman, and these are the items that you would need. I have also copied it in the description box below. So to get started, I use an empty box, and as you can see, it is totally empty. There is an empty box that I've kept for some time, and these boxes are what I'm going to cut flat and then fill the empty box with the cutout boxes that I would make. So as you can see, I didn't get rid of the styrofoam. I just added the styrofoam to make me have a very voluminous pack inside. So as you can see, I have cut all the boxes that I had flat and then fill them with a box in addition to the styrofoam inside the box. So you need to fill it very well so that you can sit on it, you can stand on it. If you have children in the house, you know they would want to stand and then do all sort of things with it. So you need to fill it to make it very full and make sure that it is actually full for you to be able to stand on it or sit on it. So over here, I am going to use this duct tape to make sure that I have secured the edges very well so that no part is coming out. If you are new to my channel, my name is Juliana. Please subscribe to the channel and don't forget to hit the notification button so that you don't miss any of my videos when I post them. And thank you all to my old and new subscribers for your support and your encouragement. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. So I'm still trying to use my duct tape to secure all the ends and wherever there's an opening before I continue with the rest of the project. The reason I'm trying to secure it very well is because you don't want any part of the box to come out or tear after you have applied all the other items to the box. And as you can see, it is now very strong. I can relax on it, I can stand on it, I can sit on it, basically do whatever I want to do with it because it's now very strong. So I'm going to use an old t-shirt and a white glue. I'm using Top Bond for the gluing. Actually, the recommended thing that you are supposed to use is button, but I didn't have the button available and most of the shops were closed during the holidays. So I looked it up and using an old t-shirt would be ideal. So I'm using an old t-shirt instead of button. Make sure that you have used the t-shirt all over the box or the button if you have it available. And as you can see, one mistake that I made was to cut the foam into different pieces according to the sizes of the box or according to the side of the box. So what you would do, or what I would recommend, is do not cut the foam into smaller pieces of the boxes for the boxes, but you rather attach it to it as a whole. So after I had cut it into pieces, I realized I shouldn't have cut it. That is why I am joining them together with a thread and needle. So please don't cut the foam into pieces, attach it to the box as a whole. You can use spray paint, you can use a spray glue to glue the foam to the box when you are attaching it. But then because I mistakenly cut them into different parts, that is why I am securing them together with a thread and needle. So make sure that you cover all the parts of the box with the foam. So now I am totally done with all the parts. Yay! So when you attach it as a whole, it will come out as this, and that is the base of the box. You don't necessarily have to add anything to the base, but then I use my staple gun to secure the base, and then make sure that it is all secured. What I'm doing now is to giving pattern to the holes that I will be creating on the foam, and I'm marking all the patterns with this black marker all over the box. And then I'm going ahead to use the scissor to make indentations all around the patterns that I have made with the black marker. So as you can see, there are holes in all of the patterns that I created with the scissors. You can create any pattern that you want to make depending on how you want your ottoman to appear. And over here I'm going to use this black fabric that I got, and that is what I'm going to use for my ottoman or my stool. Make sure that you are generous with the fabric so that you don't have anywhere left. So as you can see, if you know the scale of tufting, or if you don't know, what you do is you lay the fabric on the foam, and then you trace where you have made the indentation on the foam and use your staple gun to pin it down onto the box or whatever item that you are using. So instead of the box you can use a wood, but I chose to use a box. So again, you lay the fabric on the foam, trace where you have made the indentation, use your staple gun to pin it down onto the box. So the staple gun is so hard. Thanks to my husband for helping me out with the stapling. Kudos. We were kind of struggling. I think the box was the surface of the box is quite smooth, so we're kind of struggling pinning down the staple gun on with the fabric. So we used glue so we pressed on some glue into the hole, and then we pushed the fabric inside to make it stick, and then apply the staple gun, and then also try to use some push-up pins to pin down the fabric to make sure that everything is well secured onto the box. But then if you use a box that has a rough surface, I think it should be good to go. My box was kind of very smooth, so I think that's why the staple gun wasn't really pinning it down. So after I was done with all of the parts, I realized that there was an opening at the side, so I secured it or covered it with my thread and needle. What I've seen for most ottomans is all the parts that do not want to be seen, you can either use a trim to cover the parts. So for example, the parts that I have used the thread and needle, you can use a trim to cover them, but then I decided to leave mine just as it was because it wasn't bad. So as you can see, I am trying to secure the base, and I'm using staple gun and glue gun at the same time. So I press on some glue gun, press on the fabric on it, and then I also add on the staple gun to make sure that it is firmly secured. Don't forget to stretch the fabric as you move along. Don't stretch it too much, but then stretch it enough so that all the edges will lay very, very well, or come out very, very well. After you have secured the base, you see there is an opening. So what I did was to use a little piece of fabric and then close it up a bit, or trim the edges and make the edges very fine with just a glue gun. I didn't sew it, I just used a glue gun to make them fine, and then pressed on some glue gun onto the base and attached the extra fabric to cover that ugly space at the base. And after I was done, I used some pearls to kind of do the decoration, or to press on to the indentations that I created with the fabric on the foam. So here you can either use pearls or gems or whatever thing that you find that is nice for you. You can use them for your design. And this is how it came out with, ladies and gentlemen. And we have our Ottoman. Simple, isn't it? You can use this as a footstool. You can sit on this. Later on, I plan to use something to hold on at the base to make a stand, and then place it at a very convenient place in my room. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today again. This is Juliana. Please subscribe if you haven't yet, and don't forget to hit the notification button. Let me know what you think in the video in the comment section below. And I have some other videos. Do want to check them out on makeup and on home decorations, on hairdo, and all other DIYs. Thank you so much. Do have a great day, and bye bye.